Hey there YouTube, just a quick tutorial here on how to make your Anki flashcards go from this into this. This is for any sort of complex equation or anything you need. I do it to memorize my derivatives and integrals, but I think it's much easier to memorize when they look like this, which is what they might look like on the exam, than something like this. So we're going to use something called LaTeX, and Anki has this built in, but personally, when I tried doing it, I just kept getting errors and it was just difficult. So I found this website. It's called codecogs.com. I'll put the link in the description. And this website allows you to write out in plain text an equation and it'll give you this result. So when you get to this website, it's going to look exactly like this. I personally like to change just this setting right here, go from 10 point to 18 point. You can change the font and a bunch of other things, but I like to leave it just everything as is. So quite simply, I'm just gonna start off very simply, just so you can get the point, and then after that I'll go into detail on how to do more complex things. So this button right here, fraction button, I just want to show you how I did it, and then yeah, so we get this, it's pretty much a picture, and then Anki takes images, so then literally all you have to do, you write out something, drag it on here, boom, that's it, and then obviously answer whatever, and that's it. That's how I did it. You could exit out the video right now and just do it yourself, but I'm going to go into detail for people that want to know a little bit more. So these buttons here, I personally like to type everything out. This is called LaTeX. This is what scientists and researchers and professors use to make their exams or research papers and all this stuff. Not everyone, but a lot of, from what I've read, a lot of scientists use this to write their papers because you can make like really nice equations and such. So I'm gonna do a couple examples here for you guys. I'm gonna use the buttons only, and then I'll tell you like where you can find the most common things I think that people would need. So I'm going to do the derivative of arc cosine. Why not? Or inverse cosine if you didn't know. So up here are all the inverse trigs, inverse trig, log limits, a bunch of things here. I want arc cosine. Actually, before that, here are some very useful ones. This is subscript, superscript. If you want these, you want integrals. So I'll do fraction first because I like to do it like this. I like to say ddx, so the derivative of arc cosine. Then I'll do parentheses. This is only to make it look nicer. You don't have to do all the parentheses and all this stuff. So arc cosine of x, I like doing this as well. Then I do equals, and then, so you could just put a question mark, but I like to do little front slash, I believe, and then I'm just gonna say slash, and then a space. That creates a space, because I think this looks nicer than that. So yeah, do this, I put it in the front card. Then the answer to this would be negative. Press this button for the fraction. 1 over, then in here is the square root. You always type inside of the little brackets. 1 minus x, it's x squared, so then we type this superscript, or press x squared. And then this just looks incredible, you know, like you'll do much better memorizing, or you'll have a much easier time memorizing when it looks like this. And then I'll do 2 integrals that I think will just cover a lot, like a lot of buttons that I think most people would use. Like I said, I type it out because I've been using this for a while, so to me it's easier to type, but I think for beginners, the buttons are definitely much easier. So I'm going to do the integral of just a random integral. Oh, okay. I'll do this integral. Oh, also, there's a difference between this, just typing this out, and then doing a slash, and then this. And then look, you can see the difference here. Obviously, however you like it. I think it looks better this way, and I think parentheses look good. So I'll do this integral. I'll put it for the space. Here you go. Also, this is gonna be in this type of file or output, and then you can change it to whatever you want. I've left it like this because I don't really care. Then for the answer to this, it's going to be negative 1 over a. Then we'll have natural log of, you can put these right here, make your answer look prettier. Cosine, parentheses, bracket, ax plus b, plus c. And then that looks much nicer than this is. I mean, practically what you would have in there would be like negative 1 over a. And I'm just typing in here just so you guys can see what I would probably have in here. You know, I'll just type it here. Negative 1 over a ln cosine ax plus b. And honestly, I mean, if you're fine with this, then it's up to you. But I think this right here is much nicer looking than that, and it helps me memorize it. So I'm gonna do one more of these, another integral, just so that you guys can see a different type of integral. I'm just trying to do examples so that you guys get the idea, and then you can go on your own and do whatever you need to do. 1 over a e superscript ax plus b plus c. If you need a little space, because this looks kind of crowded here, you can just, that's how you do a space. Sometimes Anki will like freeze up when you're using pictures. You just close this input, go to Anki, get another one, and you're all set. So yeah, that's the easy way to do Anki and LaTeX.